Welcome. So I had this idea a while ago, and then it slipped my mind a bit, and then it came back into my mind today. So I'm going to take a look at the lists. I'm going to cross out the first list because I came up with 3 lists today. I'm like, hey, I can do trivia. I can. Now, in terms of how I did this, I got the names of 10 players, and then I looked for items that I thought were curious. So this video, this whole idea of trivia is meant for people who enjoy my history videos or things that I mention that aren't very well known, and to say, hey, I didn't know that about that player. Or maybe you know stuff and you go, hey, I know that one right away. I haven't made all of them obscure, but I've made some of it obscure. So it's not a matter of, just going into Google and just Google search. Now, I will post underneath this video, I will post a comment. You guys can answer that comment with your answers, and whoever answers first gets some good bragging rights. And then tell me what all 10 of these players have in common. And if you can tell me, I will be very impressed. And like I said, some of this is obscure, and some of it should be known for people who followed hockey for a while, but it'll be interesting to see how much this stumps people. First, this retired NHLer coached the University of Vermont women's team from 2006 to 2012. Okay, you got that one? I will repeat it. This retired NHLer coached the University of Vermont women's team from 2006 to 2012. I will not be playing Jeopardy music. I would if I could, if there wasn't some kind of copyright involved, but I'm sure there's a copyright involved and I'm not getting into that. Question number 2. Jim Nill was traded to Boston for who by the Vancouver Canucks in the 1983-84 season? And I'll say this. This player that they got for Jim Nill, I really liked him. And he was one of my favorite players. And so there's a bit of a thing here with what I'm wearing, based on the fact he was one of my favorite Canucks after that trade. Um, Number 3. On February 15th, 2015, he tragically passed away. His death has been a driving force in the CTE argument, so the concussion syndrome, between the league and select former NHLers. So, yeah, this is a player who passed away on February 15th, 2015, and afterwards they found that, it's potentially there that concussions he suffered as an NHLer helped to bring about his untimely demise. Number 4, taken by San Jose from Minnesota in the 91 expansion draft, this tough guy only played 65 career NHL games, but was an extremely well-known player nonetheless. And everybody knew who he was, and even though he didn't play in the NHL very much, he was such a well-known tough guy, probably in part because he was picked up by the Sharks that first year. This is probably the biggest gimme of the list. It's up there. There was other gimmies too. Number 5, the Canucks signed him as a free agent, but it was during the regular season, and they lost him on waivers to the Oilers before he had a chance to play for Vancouver. So they signed him, and then found out, oh, we have to put him on the waiver wire before we're able to put him in our regular lineup. And the Oilers went, thanks, and plucked him. Who was it? Number 6, he broke into the NHL with the Colorado Rockies in 1979, but was traded to the Rangers the day after he tapped Don Cherry's dog Blue with his stick. Basically, Don Cherry's dog Blue took a crap in front of his locker, and he said he gently whacked the dog with his stick for it. The dog took off. Cherry came in and said, who did it? And even though nobody said who did it, he was traded to the Rangers the very next day, which I thought was a really funny event. And I could see Cherry going, I know you did it, and you're out of here. Number 7, his 62 assists in a season was a Ducks team record until Ryan Getzlaf broke that record in 2008-2009. Number 8, he was dealt with Ivan Boldarev twice. Once from Atlanta, the Atlanta Flames, to the Chicago Blackhawks, and then from the Chicago Blackhawks to the Vancouver Canucks. So he's traded twice with Ivan Boldarev both times. And he and Ivan Boldarev, again, two of my favorite guys on the Canucks back then. Number 9, during the 2012-2013 NHL lockout, he played for Dynamo Minsk of the KHL. He only played 12 games, had no goals, and he was released. And they said that he had some difficulty adjusting to the KHL. And who is that? That might be the biggest gimme, I think. And number 10, finally, last but not least, in the 2010 WHL playoffs, he scored 18 points in 13 games as a rookie for the Portland Winterhawks. He played on a line with Nino Niederreiter and Brad Ross. Who is he? So there you go. 10 questions, 10 players. You tell me. Who are they? And what do all 10 of them have in common? I actually had a different guy in for this. And then I looked up some information. I went, oh, nope, he's not. That's wrong. So I had read improper information. I'm really hoping that after I double checked on all 10 of these guys that I'm right. If I'm wrong, then I'm an ass, but hopefully I'm right. Good luck to everybody. I look forward to reading your answers in the comments. And what do they all have in common? And I have 2 more lists that I'm all ready to put together. And I think this is really cool. You guys let me know what you think. And if you're just browsing through and you like hockey trivia, there's all kinds of hockey trivia in almost every video that I do. Just small stuff that I remember in the back of my brain from 20, 30 years ago. Go ahead and hit like and subscribe. Welcome to the channel. And for the rest of you people, returning subscribers, thanks. Thanks for all your support and for continuing to come back and watch all my content. And I will be back with more this evening. I would think that when Yvonne gets home, the hockey pool will be videoed and will be broadcast for all to see. And Yvonne will probably be here for that. I can probably talk her into being part of that video. Again, thanks, and I'll talk to you all again soon. Looking forward to seeing who wins this.